All right, big boy, you ready to go hunting? Huh? Get on in the truck. Load up. There you go. Turn around, sit down. Good boy. Good boy. This guy right here is motivated. He's ready. You ready to go hunting? Huh? You ready to go hunting? Uh-oh. Sorry. You don't know about doors yet. All right. We're going to try to go knock down another big doe in our Kingsland spot. That's the same spot where I filmed the last video. I know it. Who is it? We had to pause the last video because the Amazon driver pulled up and this guy lost it. But we're heading to Kingsland right now. We don't have much time. This time change really puts me behind the 8-ball getting off of work and trying to run in and load him up because I don't want to come all the way back and get him if I shoot something. So I'm gonna check some cameras on the way there, don't tell, and make sure there's not deer already in there. So I'd like to put down some more corn before I sit, but we'll see. We're gonna play it by ear. Hopefully the next thing that you guys see is me slinging an arrow through a deer. So all right, let's do it. You ready, boy? Sit down. All right. This guy, man, he lives for this stuff. He is keyed up and ready to go. The squirrels are hungry. The wind is swirling in here pretty good. We got a nor'easter blowing. It's probably not a great day to be in here. Northeast is my perfect wind for this. But man, I've been felt it hit me in the back of the neck a couple of times. So you see my setup, how I got my selfie stick just lashed to the tree. So we're gonna see what happens. All right, guys, what I want to do is actually just take you through this video instead of just playing all 11 minutes of this. It just looks like deer feeding, but there's actually a lot of stuff going on in my world while I'm sitting behind this camera. These deer just appear out of nowhere. That's why I didn't get the camera turned on until they were all 4 of them already in the lane here. But so the deer all the way to the right, or I mean all the way to the left on the screen here, that's a little doe. All these deer are yearlings, I believe. The 2 in the middle, the one that's facing broadside, and then the one that's right behind him, those are 2 button bucks. You can probably actually see the buttons on that one facing broadside. And then the one to the far right is a doe also. And so kind of what I'm trying to decide right now is if I'm gonna wait and, you know, if I'm even gonna shoot one of these deer. But once again, I don't know if I've already said this before, but this spot is in eradication. So this guy really wants a lot of deer killed out of here because they're doing damage to his business. So I really feel like I need to oblige him on that. And young deer are actually delicious. They cook down really nicely in the crock pot. But you got to be able to bring yourself to be able to shoot one first. So the deer, I don't know if you noticed, you can hear the wind blowing. They're actually really skittish, and every time these squirrels jump, you know, they jump, and it's just creating this environment of these deer are really skittish. Plus, they've already seen other deer get shot. All of these deer have seen 2 other deer get shot so far in this spot. So probably makes them pretty skittish. You're going to see this deer that's broadside here in a minute. He walks off, and let's see if I can fast forward to that part where you see him walk off camera right there, which is unnerving for me because what's happening is this deer walks right under my deer stand. And I thought he was going to keep going down the road. Well, my wind is blowing straight down this road. So I'm thinking at any moment he's going to blow, and he's going to blow this whole show here. But what he does is there's a trail right behind my tree stand, and he jumps onto that trail, and there's a creek right over my right shoulder. He walks directly behind my tree, walks to that creek and gets a long drink out of that creek, jumps the creek, and just proceeds to stand there for the entire time that's left, that's remaining. And at this point, I've already kind of decided to shoot this doe all the way to the right because she's the only one starting to present an opportunity at her shoulder. And so at about the 11-minute mark, I decide to shoot her, and what happens is I'm at an awkward angle. The shot's not bad. The shot kind of appears to be bad, but the shot's not bad. But what happens is I'm at kind of a bad angle. So all that noise that you hear is my bow lurching. That's what I call it anyway. It's probably got a technical name for it. It's when I draw it back. But I'm shooting a 70-pound bow, and at the angle I was at, I didn't have my elbow anchored quite enough, and so my bow actually just lurches forward on me, and I'm glad I didn't have my thumb on it because I would have released that arrow. And there you see the shot. And let's take another look at that shot, because at first I'm thinking this shot is bad, but as that deer kicks around, let's see if we can get it to where it'll show. You can see that angle, right? See if we can get that arrow. But you can see the cut right there on her top shoulder, and what that does is it goes through her right lung and actually cuts a main artery in there. And I shut the video off, and I really wish I wouldn't have. That deer spun around, and before I could get another arrow knocked, she was dead. You can see her starting to bleed out of that spot. And you see how low it is on that side. It was actually a really good shot that I thought was bad, but turned out not to be. And you know, sometimes this is how hunting goes. You know, these animals, they normally will pass away in the woods. You know, you normally don't have to watch that. So up close and personal, but you know, this is hunting, and this is how it looks sometimes, you know. So you ready to go get deer, big boy? Huh? I know you are. I'm just ready. Let me put this stuff up. We'll go get it. You ready? Are you ready? I'll make you tell me. All right. Even though we don't get to go do a track, let's go on in here. Come on. No track for this guy, but man, he's ready to get out of that truck. Oh, my hunting buddy. Yeah, you know, I was trying to wait on a better angle on this deer, but they kept feeding and feeding, just the way that corn is positioned, and then what they want to do is look down this road, so they kind of always stay positioned where they can see down it. And look, I don't know who's doing this, but something's hauling this corn all the way out here, probably a raccoon or something. Go find it. I was like, oh, that was easy. But I just still left the deer. I still left the arrow in the ground, and so let's see. I literally haven't walked up to the deer yet, so kind of interested to see how this shot played out, the way these angles work. Well, there's your exit. That's why she went so quick. And little doe. That's what I was going for. Let's flip her over. Look at entrance. So yeah, you know, my angle was right. It just it just broke her spine whenever it went in, which is, you know, not a bad thing. I turned the video off because I thought I was gonna have to shoot her again, and man, sometimes I can get ugly. So, but I didn't. I knocked another arrow, and man, it was over with just that quick. So there we go, successful hunt. I'm gonna show you a little tip that I learned, that I have just recently learned, and man, it's awesome for dragging a deer out. Even though this deer is small, if you had a big deer, you take your drag. I hope you can see this. Take your drag, and there's the head, but also put the front legs in it as well. Put the front legs in your drag also when you tighten it up, so that when it cinches up, you see how it gets those front legs off the ground? And I'm gonna tell you, whenever you drag that deer, it is so much easier, because the back legs go back, front legs, you know, really get in the way a lot of times. And man, that, whenever you're pulling a deer out of a real thick area, it just seems to work so well. I'm forgetting my arrow. Listen, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody who watches, everybody who subscribes. This is just my first year filming, so I'm new to things. Please like, subscribe, and also give me feedback, you know, kind of the things you want to see and how you want to see it done. And I'll try to put that in there. I love doing this. This is a lot of fun. I'm already doing this. And so I've been hunting my whole life. Just recently took up bow hunting. I'm really having a blast. I'm learning new things. I want to try to help other people that are not able to get into hunting, or they don't think they can get into hunting. I want to try to show you that you can do it too. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. That's the hawk that I touched the other day. I guarantee it. He just tried to catch